Well, thanks for joining me for today's Church360 Unite webinar, Customizing Your Theme. My name is Andrew Osborne. I'm a content specialist here at Concordia Technology Solutions. I have my contact information up on the screen, so if you need to get a hold of me after the presentation or if you have any questions later on that you can't think of today, you could feel free to email me or give me a call and I can try and walk you through anything you might have a question on. I have a few housekeeping items for this presentation. The presentation will go for about 25 minutes, and then I'll try to leave 5 minutes at the end for questions. You can ask questions throughout the presentation. I won't be able to stop and answer them when you ask them, but if you ask them throughout in the question panel, I'll be able to get to them at the end and try to fill in any holes that I may leave through the presentation for you. And lastly, the recording will be shared, so if you need to pop out for a second to get something, or you need to leave altogether, you can always go back and rewatch the rest of the presentation on our YouTube channel. And we have lots of other resources on there as well, so feel free to dig around in there and find any answers to questions that you might have, as well as contact me. A quick outline for today. We're going to be talking about themes and the presets that go along with those themes. We'll talk about styles, customize, and some of our advanced features such as headers, scripts, and cloning. And lastly, we'll leave time again for the questions and answers. So with that being said, let's get started. I'm going to jump over here. So this is our training webinars website that we've set up. It's got lots of content on it that I can demonstrate to you how to use. But for today, we're going to be looking at the theme button up here. So you can see I'm logged in as an administrator because all of the tools are available up at the top here. To access the themes, you have to be either an administrator or a designer. Those are the only two roles that are allowed to access this panel. And by the way, the theme is what you see here on this web page. It's kind of the look and feel of your website that you place content into. So let's start out by clicking on themes, and it'll take us to the themes panel. And right away you can see all of the different theme options we have. I think we have about 12 of them, and we continue to add to those and refine them and make them even better as the years go on. So we've just recently added 2 of them, the material theme and the wonderful cross theme. So those are great ones to have. You might notice that I have a few extra themes down here that are clones of some of our current themes, and I'll talk about clones as we go on. So don't worry, I'll get to why those are there. But for now, let's look at these themes. We have an earth tones theme, a heritage, light, material, minimal, modern, module, ribbon, swatch, urban, vertical, and wonderful cross. And they're all really great themes, and it really depends on your church's style and the way you like things to look excuse me, at your church will help you decide which theme to choose. When you're looking through the themes, you can see different colors by clicking on the theme. You get these different presets. These are presets that we've put together, and they show you different looks and things like that. And if you would like to see what your website would look like with that theme added to it, you can click and hold, and it will generate a preview for you. So you can see a little closer what that theme will look like. Right now I have it set to the light theme with this preset. So I can click in and see what my website will look like with that preset set. Excuse me. To change the theme, you would simply click on one you like and then hit Apply Theme. So now when I exit out of the theme panel, I'll see that my theme has been changed. So you can see the different colors and the background image, and the fonts change how you would like them. So you can go back to themes, and if I want to change back, I can just simply click there. Or if I want to go to a different theme altogether, I can click out of that one and maybe say I want to use material. And I like the green one here. I'll generate a preview just to see what it looks like, and I think that'll look pretty good. So I'll click on that one, hit Apply Theme, and then exit out, and I can see that that's been applied now. So that's the basics of assigning a theme to your website. Next we can get into styles a little bit, and this is a newer feature that we've added. this is where you set the different fonts that you can use on your website. In the past, we allowed people to have as many different fonts as they wanted, but a lot of churches had issues with people going in and having a million different fonts on their websites, and keeping things in order was a real challenge for them. So this is a new way to set up a different style setting that people can then go in and choose a font that you've predetermined, and that just keeps your website looking professional and clean. And on top of that, each font you add adds to the font load. So if you add an additional font, this little dial over here will increase the font load, and that just slows down your website. So the more fonts you have added, the slower your website will load. So it's a good idea to have as few fonts as you can. I know different ministries like different looks, so you're able to add different ones, but it's suggested that you keep it as low as possible. That way you don't bog down your website by having too many. But if you do want to add additional ones, to do that you would just click on this Add Style button down here, and you'll see it takes you to this area where you can change all these different settings. You can have a block style where it's more of like a heading title or something like that, or you can have inline text where it's just part of a paragraph. So I'll create a block one just to show you what it looks like. You can change the font family. I have it set right now to inherent, which just means it will take on the font that is currently like the default of your website. But if I wanted to change it to, I like Anton, it's a nice thick one, I can change it to that. That stays the same for this one. The font style means there's different fonts that have, let's see, different settings. So maybe this one had, no, that one's still. Let me find one that has different settings. There we go. Lato has different font styles that you can use. So there's a thin one, and it goes all the way up to heavy italics. So maybe I'll leave it on Lato just so you can see the difference. So I'll set it to heavy, so it's a nice bold font. I can change the size. Right now it's set to inherent, so it just stays the same size as the rest of the text. But I want it a little bigger, so I'll do 1.75 just to make it stick out a little more. I can add a decoration if I want, like an underline, but I'm not going to do that right now. You can change the color. I want it to be a nice darker green maybe. You can see it changes up there as well. You can add a background color if you want. Maybe you want to go crazy and have a purple background. That looks a little too much to me, so we'll just leave it on white with the rest of the background. You can add a margin to any side of the text just to give it a little more space. We'll go something like that, and then maybe a little on the bottom. Oops. Sometimes it's a little hard to hit these buttons. There we go. You can also add some to the sides if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to do that. So I'll leave that. And padding does pretty much a similar thing. Border you can add to the bottom is set as the default. You can add a solid or dotted line or kind of anything you would like. Or you can open it up and you can change the different settings. So if you only want it on the bottom, you could get rid of the border on the sides and the top. Oops. And now I just have it on the bottom there. Oops, not quite. There we go. I can change that to a dotted line or dashed or a double line. So that it gives you a lot of flexibility with what kind of line you have under it. You can change the color also. So there's our purple again. I'm going to change it back to black though. And a solid line. That looks pretty good to me, so I can save that. And now when I go back, oops, sorry, I forgot I didn't name it. So I'll just say underline. And now I can save it. Now when I go back to my styles, I'll see that it's added to the list here. But it also increased my font load. My font load was about here at the bottom, and now it's almost out of the green. So you have to realize that each font that you add takes a bit more for your font load to and for your website to load. So that's the basics for styles. There's lots of things that you can add to your website by using styles, and it gives you a lot of flexibility with the way your fonts look. So this is a great tool. Next we have Customize, and this is the way you change the colors and the different elements like that of your website. So you'll see right now the header color is set to this green, but if I change that, let me copy it just so I don't lose it. If I could change it to this purple, and now my header up here will be purple. I'm going to change that back. You can change all these different settings. These are different things you'll find throughout your website. You could change those colors. I could add a banner if I wanted. I have a different logo here that I want to put in instead of this Light of Christ Lutheran Church. So I'm going to browse, and I already have it uploaded, but if you don't, you would just go to upload and then find it in your file system. So I have a logo right there, and I'll just add it in. And that's a quick and easy way to add your logo from your church to your website. I can also change the default font here for the website, for the header. I can show you what that looks like. I'll clear out that logo and change from Roboto to Helvetica, and it changes the font there at the top. At least I think it's supposed to. Not sure why it's not doing that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So there's similar fonts, but it does change that up there. But I'm going to add the logo back in just so we have that. And now when I save the changes, you can see that it loads in there. So Customize and Styles are great ways to change the look and feel of your website without changing the entire theme. So if you want different colors but you want to keep the theme the same, you can go into Customize and change out those colors and make it look the way you want it to. Next we have Advanced, and this is more for people that know how to do coding and things like that. If you have someone at your church who's works on computers and knows HTML, they can go in here and add custom headers and scripts and change the look and feel of your website through here. But for most churches, it's probably not something you'll use all that much. You'll probably want to stick more towards Styles and Customize, because some of this stuff can get pretty advanced, and as you can see, and it's difficult if you don't know how to use it. And lastly, we have this Edit tab down here, and right now you can see this theme. This is a theme that belongs to Church360 Unite, and you're not allowed to edit its files. You can create a copy of this theme, and you will be able to have full control over. Would you like to do this? So you can clone the theme. That way, when you go back to browse, you can see I have those two down here that we talked about earlier. Those are two themes that we've cloned, and someone's been able to go in and tweak them how they want to. We don't allow you to tweak the code of our actual presets, but we do give you full access to the code. If you have someone at your church who knows how to do coding, they can jump in and just throw in everything they would like to that theme without destroying or changing the Church360 themes themselves. So if I wanted to clone this material one, I could make sure I'm on that one. I'll apply it, and then go to Edit. Then I can hit Clone Theme, and I'll just say Material Clone, and I can hit Create Theme. So then it'll copy the entire theme over. Now I go back to Themes. Wait for it to load, and now you'll see that the material clone is down here. So I can now go down to Edit, and it'll open up this whole different page where I can see the entire code. I can see some of the images that make up the backgrounds and things like that. This one doesn't really have much other than like the menu bars and things like that. There's other ones that have more. You can see the screenshots that make up the previews and things like that. So it just gives you a lot of flexibility. If you have someone in your in your church, excuse me, who knows how to do web coding, they're able to go in and really tweak the settings of this and shape it to how your church really would like to use it. You can see the theme down here. You can also get to the JavaScript and adjust all of that. So there's lots of different tools you can use. You can really get in there and change things up and fit them to your needs. if your church has different needs than what's available just through the presets, the styles, the customize, and the advanced area. That's basically everything for setting your theme. It's pretty straightforward. It just takes a lot of trying things out, testing them, previewing them, seeing how it would look with your site. And it really comes down to what fits you best. All of the themes do pretty much the same thing, they just look differently. There might be some that have the menu bar across the top like this. Some of them have the menu going down the side. Oops, sorry, I hit the wrong button there. Going down the side here. So you can see that the themes are all relatively similar. They have similar elements, they're just maybe mixed differently or put together in a different way. Or they have different combinations of fonts and colors and backgrounds, and they're layered differently. But that's really all you need to get started with your theme. You just go in and test around and see what looks best for your church. So that's all I have for today with themes. If you have any questions, please ask them now, and I'll see if I can answer those for you. Otherwise, we might end a little early today. If you'd like product updates, you can go to our Church360 Unite blog by going to 360unite.com/blog, and we send out updates anytime we have something changed in our software. We send you those updates, and you can subscribe to the blog to receive those. Here's my contact information again, my email address and phone number. Feel free to contact me if you can't think of any questions right now, but you think of one 10 minutes later or even a year later. Feel free to email me or give me a call, and I can try and answer those questions for you as best I can. You can also contact our software support team. They're extremely knowledgeable about the software and could probably answer questions way better than I can, but they're available anytime. You can during work days. You can contact them through email at support@cts.cph.org, or you can give them a phone call. Again, here's the blog where you can subscribe to receive updates. Not seeing any questions. If you have any, ask them real quick. Otherwise, here's my contact information again. You can feel free to give me a call or send me an email. And it looks like we have no questions, so hopefully you are able to shape your theme the way you would like to for your church and really get the look and feel that is best for your congregation. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.